Being an advocate, it means being aware of situations. And in this situation, being aware of some of the systemic issues that affect minority groups and using everything that you have, all your resources, allowing some time to just really fight against it. It's really about understanding where you are, some of the perceptions and biases that you might have, right, as an individual, and then working to address those situations, those biases, right? And it could be within your household, within your work environment, within society as a whole. When it comes to recruiting, is where can I find a person of color that has the talent and the tools needed to help my business be successful, right? Because as a business owner, right, the goal is to essentially have your business grow and maximize the cash flows that you're able to generate for your business. So it starts with identifying the right person. If there are awards and recognition within your firm, is that person being given a fair chance to receive those awards? Right? Is that person being invited to serve on important committees that make big decisions for the firm? Right? In the advice space, there's a lot to do with lead generation and building your business. So is this individual who is an advisor, are they able to build a successful book of business, right? Are they able to become a lead advisor and lead a team? There are a lot of systemic issues at play. So it starts by being able to educate, especially individuals from underrepresented groups, about the opportunities that are available in the financial advice space. Because look, this is a very rewarding space and can be a rewarding career. It pays well and you get to help people. But a lot of folks, especially from underrepresented groups, they have no idea that such a profession, the financial planning profession, that it even exists. So it starts by reaching out to these groups, right? So it may involve, for a lot of planners, going across town, right, to the neighborhoods that many may think are not safe. There's an affinity bias. So there are individuals who may say, okay, I want to work with someone who looks like me. And so that helps the bottom line of the firm. But it's important that you try not to be offended if there's something that is said. So for instance, if you have a person of color and that person comes in and says, Black Lives Matter, it doesn't mean that your life doesn't matter, but what is the perspective of the Black Lives Matter movement? In a workplace, having conversations, facing these things head on and addressing the issues. And it shouldn't just be a one-off, but it should be mandatory conversations, mandatory implicit bias and sensitivity training, and it should be on an ongoing basis. You can go to the HBCUs that are out there, for instance, Delaware State, Prairie View, and there are other schools, HBCUs out there that have programs. And then you have the Hispanic serving institutions as well. You can identify those schools and you can go and try to find talent at those schools. One thing that you can do is to provide mentorship to students while they're in school. You can provide financial resources. So for instance, to go to conferences, right? So I'm sure many folks out there have seen me at the NAPFA conference, for instance. We're able to do that, and I'm able to bring students because there are firms that sponsor us, right? So you can sponsor scholarships, you can sponsor students to attend conferences, you can either speak to classes, or there might be student organizations that you can go and speak to. So try to build that relationship